Hi there, welcome to Apple World. So it seems to be the old beat between Teairra and Keri Hilson is as yet pressing onward on the grounds that Keri took steps to bounce Headband over their old beat well. As you can expect, Crown isn't letting this go on the grounds that she just got down on Keri and tried her to pull up to. Battle and she has a few pretty weighty words for Keri. You all better seek shelter since things are going to get chaotic. It just so happens. The two ladies aren't precisely best pals yet from what Keri is talking about. Apparently, her issues with Teairra have been happening for way longer than anybody might have suspected, in light of the fact that they're essentially nemesis as of now. So Keri chose to raise the old show again in a new digital recording interview that she did, and she talked about her relationship with Headband and what prompted their significant aftermath. She even attempted to guarantee that her aftermath with Teairra was the explanation that she got debased in the business, and I fit. And this fascinating on the grounds that I don't feel that Crown was ever at a point in her vocation where she might have gotten somebody repudiated, so as per Keri the justification behind their aftermath was that Teairra didn't show her affection at one of her shows. She guaranteed that said Headband was first column at one of her shows with a welcomed her man. She clarified that Headband was the man's visitor. However, at that point Crown acted exhausted at the occasion and was on her telephone over or the course of the night. When you're an entertainer, yes, you realize we know that it is so vital to give love to different entertainers. Yes. Right, particularly when you end up being perched on the first column at their show and she didn't need to be there. It was hard to miss, and I felt affronted by that. So when they came to my changing area behind the stage, I said something and we nearly got the rejecting my data came out her town, and you, it might have genuinely terrible Keri edition. Ali affirmed that she directed a few pretty dreadful sentiments toward Crown, and that was the very thing that prompted the battle. I don't see the value in you being on the first line. Better believe it on my show and not giving me any energy. I don't recall precisely the way in which I said it, but it was more awful than that. It was definitely, nevertheless, that it resembled us individual craftsmen. You definitely understand what it's like. You could show civility. Sway, it's a ton of things you can do to show love. However, she was this. She then said that she felt like Headband was overall purposefully discourteous and might have recently left the show on the off chance that she didn't feel like being there, as opposed to remaining and acting exhausted and uninterested. This is purposefully discourteous, like you need to get slapped. That is the way I felt. She then, at that point, tossed shots at Headband and called her unimportant. I surmise, so presently, you know what I'm talking about and who I recollect. You don't recall who it was. No doubt she's really unimportant right now. Alright, so I concur that Headband being first line with that kind of energy was strange, particularly on the grounds that she is a craftsman. And when you are in front of an audience, you don't need anybody in your crowd looking exhausted. In addition to, I figure Keri might have truly conversed with Crown about it behind the stage prior to bouncing into affronts, and then, at that point, taking steps to toss hands. Goodness, and the punch about how Headband is presently inconsequential is somewhat entertaining to me in light of the fact that Keri herself isn't precisely diagramming on rescue board or selling shows now. Not long after Vehicles meeting dropped, an old video became a web sensation of Crown discussing the episode and making sense of why she was on her telephone during the show. I was getting CS on the grounds that my cousin was watching my canine in the middle. I'm bouncing still, partaking in the show entirely. We return stage and, it resembles, well, I'm similar to hello, how you doing, pleasant show. Hey, how are you? And she looked at my hand like Headband, then hurled a few abuses at Keri. She's a little stanky and, no doubt, former events be past events. That is question, however, on the off chance that reoccurred, that the Detroit will come out, definitely grieved. That wasn't that tasteful either, youngster. These two are messy. I think the two of them would have tossed it down. What's more, battled that day in the event that they hadn't gotten isolated, and it's insane in light of the fact that a basic discussion might have stayed away from this yet, for reasons unknown. They have both held resentment against one another since that episode happened a couple of hours after Vehicles meeting dropped. Headband openly got down on her and her to pull up, saying, you all individuals got to let me be. I don't irritate anyone, simply let me the F be. So presently, Keri, what's up? Do you need to battle, or would you like to battle, since I will outshine your butt when I see you? I'm tired of individuals annoying me. You had something entirely different when I was in front of you. You're a liar, honeybee. I don't think Keri truly needs to pull up in light of the fact that we've seen Crown on Affection and Hip Jump. And on the off chance that she says that she will outshine Keri, I think she truly implies it. Fans had a great deal to say regarding this, and they said Keri is so gifted it simply appears as though she is a bit chaotic cuz. Why even discussion about that oldish in such an untidy emotional manner didn't her blabbering cause her problems last time she had a profession no illustrations were. Learned Keri calling Teairra deficient is diverting considering she and T can drop a solitary simultaneously, and it would do likewise on the diagram, and I don't realize I'm favoring headband cuz this old. Behind news and for Keri to say she unessential, does that make Keri Hilson like assuming we going to do this? Let's spread out anywho, what is your take on this wreck? Do you believe that Keri was being obscured by raising the old show? Subscribe Apple World for more videos.